We're talking, of course, about the Meghan footage, because how can we not? Because everyone's talking about it. Melinda, let's start with you. I mean, what do you make of it?
Well, I actually saw it for the first time this morning and, sort of saw the kind of buzz that was happening around it. And I mean, personally, my kind of view is that I actually feel really sorry for Meghan and Harry. And I think that they end up getting a huge amount of vitriol for just about anything and everything that they do. There's a huge amount of attention that's put on them. And, it might not be what we all want to do, but, that's fine, isn't it? To me, it looked like, well, actually, they were a young couple kind of celebrating and, enjoying the sort of, the moment, the imminent moment before the birth of their daughter. And why not? What harm does it do?
No reason why not at all. No reason why not. It's just, why share it with the entire universe? I mean, whatever they did in the privacy of their delivery suite is entirely up to them. And if they felt joyful and she felt flexible and vital enough to dance like that, brilliant. Why not? Fabulous. But Darryl, share it with everybody, because obviously it's not going to just be her 3 million followers. It's going to be everyone else in the universe, all looking at what you might say is an intensely private moment.
Yeah, well, and here we are talking about it.
Of
so
course
absolutely,
we are.
I think it's interesting because obviously there's this sort of big tussle, isn't there, with Meghan, and she demands privacy and then she shares bits of her life, and I think, for me that's fine. I don't think that that's a contradiction. I don't think that that's her undermining herself, because I think the point of being able to have privacy, as all of you know on this panel, is that you do not want to have the press intruding in your life, but you should be in charge of what you share. And so they have decided as a couple, this is a moment that they are going to share with the world. It's lovely, it's joyful. It was done, I think, to mark Lilibet's birthday, wasn't it, as well? And of course, that was just the moment before she was born, which is really nice. So I don't think it's any of our business to decide whether or not she decides it's her business to share it, right? I think
I think it remains her own business as long as she keeps it her own business. As soon as she makes it public to the public, which is us, we're entitled to have an opinion, because it now is not just her business, it's also our business. Now, I do want your calls on this, of course. 0207 862 2222. Sarah Vine has written in the Daily Mail today. She says, and I quote her, that the pair look like trailer trash teenagers, and that she thinks that Meghan is trying to take back control and write her own narrative, but that it's very odd to publish such a private video while also demanding privacy. Michelle, you've bared a great deal of your soul and your life on television, and so have I.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I feel like she's at the point in her life where she's trying to find herself. That's what I think. She did the whole cooking at home thing and the jam didn't quite work, and now she's trying other things. Maybe she's got an advisor around her who might be cleverly advising what to put out on social media, or not so clever as it may seem with, I suppose, our reaction here today. For me, you put it out, you get what you're given. That's my opinion, because I'm the one that does that myself. I know that if I put myself out there, I've got to be ready for people to have their own opinion of myself, because it's out for the universe to see. And that's what she's doing. She has to take it if it's given back to her, because she's putting it out there. So I understand what you're saying, yes, and we all have a right to some kind of privacy. But once it's out in the public domain and I'm making that choice to do so, it's out there. I lose all control of that situation when people can see it themselves.
Are there moments of your life where you think, OK, I'm living this moment, I'm actually living it, I'm not filming it, and if I'm filming it, it's just for me and those people I love and my best friends and my mother-in-law, but I'm not filming it for the entire universe. This moment of my life I will conserve for myself. Are there moments where you make that decision?
Yeah, absolutely. So I wouldn't put it on my social media. If that was something that she wanted to keep for herself and keep private for her and Harry, then she shouldn't be putting it out on her Instagram. So if I was her advisor right now and she said, oh, I'm not sure I want everybody to see it, don't put it out. If you've got any, little niggle of doubt.
She obviously wants everyone to see it. But what Sarah Vine's questioning, and I think lots of people are questioning, Melinda, and you're now a fantastically successful psychotherapist, so you can look right into her brain and see what's going on there. Why does she want people to see it? Obviously, she wants people to see it. She knows it's going to attract huge attention. But why? For what reason?
Well, maybe, it's kind of humanising, isn't it? She's sharing a moment that, maybe we've all kind of shared with a partner, where you're being a bit silly and having fun and joyful, playful, and that's just kind of really human. And, bear in mind, they've kind of come out of a kind of an industry, if you like, that's very impersonal and kind of dehumanising in many ways. And so...
By which you mean the royal family?
Yes.
Right.
You know, and everything that entails, the kind of whole industry, all the speculation being written about and judged and condemned by all sorts of different people. You know, that's massive.
And also writing a book yourself in which you judge and condemn your entire family and then selling it.
Well, then that comes down to who's got the right to tell their own story. You know, does the person, the individual, have their right to say their own truth, their own story? Or does that right not belong to them, but it does belong to everybody else? You know, it's their right to live as they choose. Other people don't have to like it. Other people might cringe and think, well, I wouldn't do that. And that's totally fine. But it's also totally fine for them to show, you know, moments where, yeah, they're joyful and happy and celebrating.
I suppose it's fine. I mean, it's up to her what she shows, of course. But I think the bit where it kind of sticks in the craw, we'll see what our callers say, they're really mounting up on the lines, is the bit where you might feel as if you're being manipulated. So you might feel... Yes, OK, this is an authentic moment from their lives, but why are they showing this to me? Is it because they want to rebrand themselves? Is it because they want me to buy a jar of jam or a pair of shoes that she's endorsing? Is it because they want to rewrite the narrative to make it seem something that maybe it's not? Is that why I'm seeing it all of a sudden?
But you'd have to question then, in that case, why does anybody share anything on social media? You know, and what is the kind of narrative about that? Is it that they want to sell something? Is it that they're trying to manipulate a story? You know, why do any of us do that? I mean, I know certainly from my point of view that I share, if I've got to advertise something, I'll share it. And that's usually blatantly obvious. But usually it's because I want to connect with other people and there's something that I want to share because I think, you know, that it could be helpful to someone else, but it kind of forms a connection. And we are kind of, you know, human beings, we're wired to connect to each other.
Very true. Let's go to Quentin on the line in Hertfordshire. Quentin, you didn't enjoy watching it, but watch it you did.
Yes, but it's totally inappropriate. I'm a royalist. I'm ex-forces, was up on the East German border.
Yes.
I think having a royal family is good for the country. And I don't think this kind of behaviour is appropriate.
What do you mean by appropriate? Obviously, they're on their own in the delivery suite. You know, they can behave in any way they like. They don't have to behave in a way that suits you, Quentin, or me, or anyone else. But what do you think's inappropriate? Doing it or sharing it, or both?
Sharing it.
OK. And why are you not comfortable with it? What do you think is inappropriate?
Well, I would expect them to lead by example and not put that sort of thing on social media. It's distasteful, in my opinion.
And what is distasteful about it? Because obviously there's nothing undignified, there's nothing that you shouldn't be seeing, you're not being exposed to something shocking. So what is it that is distasteful about Meghan, heavily pregnant, dancing because she hopes that that's going to bring the baby on a bit more quickly? Why is that distasteful to you?
Well, I was at the delivery of 4 babies when I was married. And the last thing, I mean, my poor wife, what she went through, you girls, I mean, I couldn't have a baby. I just couldn't do it, but I was supportive. I stayed up the talking end. But
God, Quentin. But I mean, the point is, though, that she has released it. It's not like somebody else has just grabbed the footage and put it out there. She's chosen to do it. You think it's distasteful. Thank you so much for calling. You're a hero to be right up there at the talking end, away from the business end. Excellent. Let's talk to... I understand, though. Wish I could have gone up there myself, quite frankly. And I really mean it, absolutely. Let's go to Caroline in London. Caroline, you're cool with it. You think it's fine.
Yes, I do. I'm one of Meghan's Instagram followers, actually. And I can't understand.
Yes?
Yes?
Yes? You can't understand what?
I can't understand why people are hyperventilating. It's her video. And what's upset me the most is that the media has missed the actual point of why she put the video out. She was celebrating Lilibeth's 4th birthday, which I didn't see the rest of the royal family mark that occasion.
Well, how would you like them to mark it? She's far away and her grandfather hasn't seen her, I think, since she was born.
What do you mean? Mention it on their website, or say the royal family says happy birthday. It's like people want them to be in exile and disappear and no one hears from them again. Right. They're doing things on their own term, and I, for one, I'm happy that they're doing it.
Okay, and let me just ask about what Quentin said. He said it was distasteful. Do you think it's a matter of taste? You know, it's up to you to put anything up on social media you like, but there are some things you might think, well, that's just for us. That's just a bit private. That's not for the whole world.
Well, Vanessa, if they thought that bit was just going to be private, they wouldn't put it out. They put it out because they felt comfortable.
Right.
They felt comfortable with putting it out. They were happy to put it out. The only people that's got major objection to it and are hyperventilating is the media, because damn if she does and damn if she don't. And I just say, keep on doing what they're doing. If it upsets the establishment, so be it.
All right, Caroline, thank you.
The more they upset, they're happier.
Right, big fan of Meghan's there. Thank you, Caroline, very much. Nice to hear from you. Let's go to Sarah in Surrey, who doesn't feel the same about it. Sarah, you're not chilled. You don't think it's okay?
Well, the thing is, it's a private moment between two people, so I don't have a problem in them videoing whatever they want to video, whatever. My issue is...
the dog.
Firstly, no, sorry, I've let her out now. Firstly, I'm not sure that if you're going to celebrate your daughter's 4th birthday, is that really a acceptable thing to do? But secondly, my biggest criticism is that, excuse me, they've now come out and said, oh, we didn't realise it was going to go viral.
Have they?
Of course you realised it. Yes, they have.
Okay.
Of course you knew it was going to go viral. As I say, I've no problem, a private moment between two people, but I agree with Michelle. If you put it out there, then you have to accept positive or negative comments.
Yeah.
You can't say, this is my thing and you can't criticise. If you're going to put it out there, then you have to accept both lots.
And your criticism is what? Just that you don't think it's in good taste to share it, really?
No, not that it's in good taste.
Well, what is it? What's wrong with it?
That's a private moment between two people.
Except they've decided it isn't, Sarah, haven't they? They've decided it isn't private, though, haven't they?
Well, exactly. I wouldn't have put it out there.
Have done it. Okay, thank you very much. Lovely to hear from you. Thank you. And now go and look after the dog, who was really objecting to the... dogs normally love this programme. I don't know, what are we doing wrong? I've got to have to check why the dog wasn't enjoying it. Let's go to Yvonne in Derbyshire. Yvonne, your daughter did exactly the same thing. Tell us more.
Yeah, she used to do things like that.
Yeah.
In her own home and send it to the family for us all to have a good laugh.
Yeah.
So,
including very heavily pregnant in the delivery suite?
No, not in the delivery suite, because she had a bit of a bad time to having the baby. But, I mean, I think people should leave them alone and let them get on with what they're doing. That's probably... She was nervous. She was probably taking a bit of strain off her and, trying to make light of the situation. Because having a child is very difficult for anybody.
Absolutely. But when you say, people should leave them alone and let them get on with it, that's not what social media is for. You don't post because you just want everyone to leave you alone. You post because, as Melinda says, you're reaching out to say something or other. Now, you might just be saying, as Melinda very generously and sweetly says, I went through this, you might have been through this, we're all human, let's all relate to each other. Or you might be saying, you think that I'm posh and stuck up and privileged, but actually I'm just like you, I'm an ordinary person, buy my jam. You might be trying to, you might be trying to rebrand yourself. But the one thing you're not doing, Yvonne, is saying, leave me alone and let me get on with it. That's not what you're doing. If you want that, you don't post. You don't need to post, do you?
Yeah, but probably not. But I think people, because there's a lot of nasty comments out there, and they're only human like the rest of us. Keep your nastiness to yourself.
Well, that's a worthwhile thing to say. Keep your nastiness to yourself. Quite right. Agree with that. Let's go to Donna in London. Donna, you're fine with this. Did you enjoy watching it?
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
It was lovely. It was really nice to see. I don't know why everybody's having such a hissy. She's in labour. She's in her room. It's her and her husband. Actually, at that time, that song, the Baby Mama song,
yes,
it was a trend where a lot of pregnant women were doing exactly the same thing that Meghan's doing. She's decided to share it. I know they know the backlash they're going to get. And at this point, I think they don't actually care, and I'm actually 100% behind them not to give a damn about anybody else. Get on with your life. They're no longer working royals. They're no longer in England. They're just doing their thing. I think people need to just give them a break.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Donna. Let me ask you something just for you. Melinda said everyone must be... Yeah, question for you. Everyone must be nice and only say something if it's nice. Is that why you're not mentioning Prince Harry's dancing? And I say dancing in inverted commas. Is that why? Because you're so nice you can't mention it?
He's cute.
No,
Look at him. He's having
done
fun.
quite well. I'm going to say that he's done quite well.
Donna.
I'm with Donna.
Some good moves there.
Look, he's done quite well. But I think that they're just having a little moment, and it's really, really, who is it harming? Nobody.
Oh, I mean, everyone should be nice to everyone, and this is meant to be a show where we all feel very jolly at the end of it, but he's a good dancer, Michelle, come on.
Oh, do you know what, though? I mean, I've got a husband who has 2 peg legs, so he's actually really good compared to Hughie. Sorry, Hughie, I love you, darling.
He's got moves.
He's got moves. And it's a style, isn't it? It's a particular style he was going for.
Certain kind of style.
It's like he's cut out of cardboard, and it's absolutely shocking. All right, not that I don't love him, but honestly...